to Country Hall in Liège, Belgium for this BETFIRST BNXT Elite Silver contest between RSW Liège and ZEEUW and FEYENOORD. Alongside my partner Victor Mansouri, I'm Craig Feda, and we're so glad you can be with us wherever you're tuned in from around the world. And Victor, Liège has gotten back on the winning track in Elite Silver play after opening 4-0. They lost 2 in a row, but have since won 2 in a row, including over FEYENOORD 95-76 in Rotterdam on Friday.
Good evening, Craig, and good evening, RSW Liège basketball fans. Yes, as you mentioned, Craig, great for them to come back right after this Friday game as an important game here for the home team. And if you are RSW Liège, you're really trying to look to stay on top of the silver elite medal round and really try to elevate their status as one of the leaders here in this round of competition. So nothing like playing on Friday, getting right back into it once again on Tuesday.
FEYENOORD, meanwhile, has struggled since the reclassification. They finished the Netherlands side at 8-10, but they lost 7 in a row after opening silver play with a win over Circus Brussels all the way back on March 3rd. In fact, they fired their coach, Doan van Helfteren, on Friday, with former coach Armin Salomon taking over for the rest of the Elite Silver slate. FEYENOORD has some good talent on their team. Look at some of the Americans, Trey Diggs out of Bowling Green and Shavar Reynolds out of Seton Hall and Monmouth. These guys, they can play some pretty good basketball. They've also got Terence Bichar, who we remember his brother Oliver from CB Cornellà in Spain. But this is a team that, for whatever reason, has really struggled in Elite Silver play.
Yeah, Craig, and it's a situation, right? You face the first part of competition, all of a sudden you come in through the silver elite play, and you're playing against guys who really believe that they have themselves a chance, because the way of the competition is set up. So you're gonna face some tough competition, right? In a combined league between Belgium and the Netherlands. This is a situation where if you don't bring your competitive team all the time, I mean, these are guys who are, practice, they're ready to go. So it can be tough competitions for them. Let's see if this game here can have a different story.
Again, these two teams tangled on Friday, with Liège coming away with a big 95-76 win in Rotterdam. So the only Elite Silver win that FEYENOORD has is on the road. 1-2 on the road, 0-5 at home. So you would think Liège would have a pretty big advantage tonight. They've got a deeper roster, but you never know. That's why they throw the ball in the air and play the games. If we look at the game on Friday, Trey Diggs had 20 points. He was 4 of 9 from three-point range against Liège. Devine Ike had 6 points and 9 rebounds. Another American fouled out of the game. He was in foul trouble, so that's why his numbers weren't any better. Terence Bichar, 16 points, 8 rebounds. And then you had Shavar Reynolds with 16 points and 6 assists. He also fouled out. So they had some success, but they just don't appear to be a terribly deep team. You look at Liège, on the other hand, they seem to be really finding themselves in Elite Silver play. A.J. John had another good game, double digits in scoring. Angel Rodriguez, again, 17 points, 12 assists, added 4 more steals to his total. Anthony Cambo, how about Anthony Cambo? A career-high 17 points on 5 of 6 three-point shooting. Jamel Higgins got the starting nod in that game, 13 points, 8 rebounds. And Niels van den Einde, working his way back into the starting lineup again, had another big game, 22 points, 3 boards, and 4 assists. So, again, you would think that Liège would have a pretty big advantage here, but again, that's why they play the games.
Yeah, that's why they play the games, Craig. Each game does have its own story. But to your point, you can just see Liège really starting to come along as of late, right? You see guys knowing their roles. Angel Rodriguez getting to his spots, getting guys involved. We have Jamel Higgins, just a presence inside. A man who can get his own shot, bump into guys, draw some fouls, draw some double teams to kick it back out. We got Nick Dragon hitting his shots. We have, you mentioned AJ John, who can put up numbers as well. So, I mean, this is a group that is really starting to be well balanced, you know. So you expect them to deliver that again. If they had a good outing on Friday on this matchup, you expect them to execute that same way. But every game does have its own story, so you never know. It's really important to start focus on the defensive end, you know, establish, get stops, and then on those field goals, on the missed field goals, rebound the ball and play in transition and have some flow. If you can start with that, then things are going to come as the game progresses. Let's see how LIEGE opens up.
We just got a peek at the starting lineups for ZEEUW and FEYENOORD. We've got Davina Ike, 26-year-old American from Plainfield, New Jersey. Went to a couple of different schools, but finished out at Radford University out of the Big South Conference. Terrence Bishar, Caleb Vieper, Shavar Reynolds, and Pieter Buis, starting for Armand Salomon. For LIEGE, it's going to be AJ John. He's found himself in the starting lineup pretty regularly as of late. Nick Dragan from Slovenia. Angel Rodriguez from Puerto Rico. Kevin Tumba, a longtime member of the Belgian national team. And Niels van den Einde in the starting lineup again for Brad Greenberg. LIEGE comes into this one tied for 4th in Elite Silver play with 26 points. FEYENOORD, meanwhile, at the bottom. Well, they're tied for 8th with 22 points. They do have a game in hand. Got some other games going on in Elite Silver play. We'll try to keep you up to date on those as well. Circus Brussels and Joost.
And Craig, looking at the starting lineup,
this is actually the only game today, so.
Yeah, Craig.
Ahead,
you know,
Victor.
and being the only game, and when you look at RS LIEGE's starting lineup here, this is something that they have done as of late, Craig. They plug in Van den Einde, you know, with Angel Rodriguez, and really playing with the two guards, able to establish fast position and pick up full court, allowing, you know, with Tumba inside, a guy that can protect the rim, just bringing that inside presence, and really allowing the off guards to run in transition, knowing that you guys are going to find you because Rodriguez is a great passer, Van den Einde is a great passer. So I mean, I like this adjustment here by the coaching staff in having two guards to start this game.
Just moments away from tip-off. Our officials for this game, Messieurs Gillis, Beck, and Martin. It's going to be Tumba in the circle against Bishar, and ball goes out of bounds. And it'll be LIEGE ball to start off the game. Once again, we're so glad you could be with us here in Country Hall. Alongside Victor Mansoure, my name's Craig Feda. Looking for another LIEGE win. One more to play on the Elite Silver side. That's coming up Friday, right back here in Country Hall against Basketball Academy Limburg. That will round out the Elite Silver slate. And first foul of the game called against Shavar Reynolds. Rodriguez between the rings. Pass right side. And three is up and good. Nice start for Nick Dragan. He only had 2 points in the last game. He really shot the ball well from three-point range the prior game. Good to see him get off with the early start there as Shavar Reynolds answers at the other end. Into the corner for John, back up top to Van den Einde. Now Rodriguez penetrates and loses it. Pass up ahead. And the big two-hand dunk for Davina Ike. Actually, they gave that bucket for Liège as only a 2-pointer. I thought it was a 3.
And I was surprised, Craig, they didn't go to it again. They ran a pick and roll there to get Dragan the open pop-up shot. He knocked it down wide open, pretty much a practice shot, and they ended up not taking that same play twice down the court now. I'm surprised they don't run it back and try to get the same shot.
Dipper scores to make it 6-2 Feyenoord. And now 3 from the corner. A.J. John missed everything. It does get tapped out of bounds by the Feyenoord defender, so it'll stay with Liège. 11 on the shot clock.
Yeah, 11 on the shot clock. He airballed that shot, just missed it too strong. But 11 on the shot clock, plenty of time to get a good look.
John up top. Here's Rodriguez. Elevated as if he were going to launch the 3. Got it to Dragan underneath, and he jams it home.
Beautiful look by Rodriguez. Drew the defender, thought he had his shot, but found an even better shot underneath for Dragan with the easy dunk.
Pass to Puis, working on Dragan. Now Rodriguez comes over, gets the steal. You would know better than I would, Victor. Does Angel Rodriguez have a nickname? Because if he doesn't, we're going to have to come up with something that is complimentary of his thievery skills.
It is, man. And his last game where he had the 11 steals, just so active, was really heard around the world. I saw posts, coming in from his home country of Puerto Rico and their basketball league there, just really highlighting that performance. I mean, it's very unusual for a guard to be able to pick up 11 steals on a FIBA game of only 40 minutes. So, I mean, he's got that, man. This last time down, he saw the ball went underneath on the post. He waited for the right time to double and was able to come up with the strip. So, I don't know if he has a nickname yet, but I definitely think there's a slate there for you to have one for him, my friend, as this guy is unbelievable with the steals.
Offensive foul, and so now Feyenoord has ball on the offensive end, and now an offensive foul.
Yeah, easy hook call.
Jar tries to work on Tumba.
Yeah, as soon as he saw the baseline was open, he tried to create the advantage with that off arm, and the referee was right there, though. He was just 2 feet away. He said, hold on a second, my friend. You cannot do that. We're going the other way.
Van den Einde now between the rings, to his right, around Tumba. Back up top. Dragan launches the 3, that's no good. Rebound grabbed underneath by Ike. Now a 3 up at the other end, and good. That's Shavar Reynolds.
Liège a little bit late there, Craig. As soon as the ball was swung over from the strong side to the weak side, you got to come out with the stronger closeout.
9-4 now in favor of Feyenoord. Angel launches the 3, missed that one badly. Here comes Feyenoord looking to extend the lead. Almost stolen away again by Rodriguez. Missed 3 by Bichard. Terrence Bichard's younger brother Oliver put up some ridiculous numbers in this league last year. He's playing in Spain now.
And what a great feeling that should be, right? Not only you being able to play professional, but also having your brother play professional at a high level. I bet these guys have some great dinner conversations, and just go at each other, at the backyard on family reunions. I mean, come on, it doesn't get any better than that. Play the sport you love for a profession and play it, with your family.
Now the foul on the drive and dish. Just the second team foul on Liège. 5:55 to play first quarter.
And a little bit of a slow start here on defense for Liège. They're giving up some lanes. Feyenoord has been able to got themselves to the hoop and also take some open shots. So they go zone here on this out of bounds. Let's see if Liège can pick up on the defense.
Ike from the right side. launches the three and draws the foul on A.J. John.
Yeah, too much of a contester for John. It was a jab step into a shot, so he wasn't going anywhere. You want to put your hands up, but obviously not come in too close to the cylinder. As he's saying, John's saying he was the one who got grabbed. As he did get grabbed, but he came all the way into his cylinder, so easy calls here for the ref.
Ike, a 24% free throw shooter on the season. Playing in his 9th game with FEYENOORD. Misses the first.
And there's some fundamentals. I'm glad this play happened, Craig, that, you know, you got to develop in your game. Closeouts are one of them. You got to close out without fouling. Saving the ball from going out of bounds, where you got to jump from inside the court to the outside and finding an open teammate. These are a few plays that happen actually quite a lot of times during the game. So not only working on your dribbling, working on your shooting, working on your reads, but also work on your techniques defensively and on 50-50 balls, as those can play a huge difference as they're going to happen in the game.
Ike hits 1 of 3 free throws. Tumba has it. Works his way into the paint. Little jump hook. The right hand, no good. Shot that up over Ivo de Vrede. Checking into the game now for FEYENOORD. Here's Ike again. Had the mismatch on Rodriguez. Stolen away. Van den Einde draws the foul. He will go to the free throw line, where he is an 81.5% free throw shooter.
Yeah, so a little bit of a break there that time. They had the mismatch on the cross court interception on a fast break, one-on-one. Beautiful job by Van den Einde and giving up his left shoulder, Craig, knowing that the defender is going to try to come through with a swipe or even try to challenge him at the rim, and he drew the foul.
The 23-year-old strokes the first free throw to cut the FEYENOORD lead in half. And he misses the second. Gipper gets it right side to trade Diggs. Now in the game. Now Ike backing it out, working on Tumba. Kicks it out. Gipper. Rebound Tumba. Ooh, almost looked like he stepped on the baseline there. Nice job by Tumba to secure that rebound. Now Rodriguez whips the pass right side to Van den Einde, but the defense closes. Goes in for the short jumper, and that's good. Beautiful shot by Niels Van den Einde.
Beautiful shot. He attacked the back foot of the defender on the closeout, got himself around that mid-post area, elbow area, faked it like he was going to pass to the guy in the post, and just rose up for an open deuce. And they needed that. They need a bit more flow here to start this game, Craig.
10-7 in favor of FEYENOORD. As we look at some of the highlights here. Yeah, that early three was indeed a 2. Saw Nick Dragon's left foot clearly on that three-point line. And you talk about a slow start in this one, Victor. If you look at the fourth quarter in the game these two teams just played on Friday, LIEGE put up 35 points in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, and it really starts on the defensive end, right? If you're getting stops, if you're getting rebounds, and you're playing in transition, you are able to put up the 35 points in just 10 minutes, you know? But not the case here so far. We've seen FEYENOORD score 4 field goals, so they're 4 of 6. They've got themselves into the lane. They've got themselves open shots, which has pushed LIEGE to now have to inbound and play on a 5-on-5 the other way. So if you want to get back to that volume, you want to get back into the high scoring, if you're LIEGE, it's got to start on the defensive end.
4:41 to play in this first quarter. Let's get a look there at Davina Ike. Averaging 10.1 points and 7.8 rebounds for FEYENOORD. Gipper getting it to Ike again. Diggs giving it up to Reynolds. Reynolds just inside the free throw line, kicks it back out to Ike. Gets it back, 5 on the shot clock, goes up, off the glass and in. Strong work by Shavar Reynolds.
Yeah, strong work. No, he had the inside position. All he had to do was pivot inside, you know, that strong step and go straight up with it.
Vandeninde takes it all the way. He goes for the reverse layup.
Yeah, Ben's not so smart, Craig. Kind of like that inside dribble Steve Nash. He was looking for the trailer, then all of a sudden faked the guy with his shoulder as he was looking back and got himself a wide open layup. So this is a crafty player, man. So intelligent, putting the ball on the ground, can create for himself and also for his teammates.
FEYENOORD turns it over. LIEGE with a chance to cut into this lead. Of course, Angel Rodriguez had to have his hand in there somewhere.
That's right. That's not going to count as steal, but definitely the man got a deflection there.
Vandeninde launches the three-pointer. That rolls off. Rebound Diggs. Here comes Diggs, and he gets fouled by Bram Bogerts. Well, after taking a 2-0 lead in this game, Victor, LIEGE has been on the bottom looking up at FEYENOORD so far. Gotten close a couple times, and every time it seems they've gotten an opportunity here, they've not been able to capitalize. And here's another opportunity. Looked like Bogerts could have gotten called for the bump there. But it goes out of bounds off FEYENOORD, and it'll be LIEGE ball.
Yeah, correct, because now they've switched actually a few times. They go into a zone, back into a man-to-man, a zone again. They're trying to really confuse this offensive side from FEYENOORD. You know, once again, just try to make life hard for them. And that time on that 2-3 zone, you see they go back to a man-to-man here. So they're really alternating one man-to-man and one zone, really trying to confuse the offense.
Shot clock at 8. Here's Diggs from 17. Rebound Dragon. Up ahead to Rodriguez. Works his way in. Finger roll won't go, but he'll go to the free throw line.
But right there, we saw exactly why they played with two guards. As the outlet pass was done to Vandeninde, Angel Rodriguez cut right in the middle, kind of like a second outlet, you know, and really speeded up their transition and got himself way down to the rim.
Rodriguez eyes the first free throw and rattles it out. Rodriguez on the season, 82% from the free throw line, so he doesn't often miss from the stripe. We've seen a bunch of misses from the free throw line tonight. And Rodriguez clanks them both. So it stays at 12-9, 2:40 to play in this first quarter. Diggs on the screen by De Vrede. A little shot with the right hand by De Vrede, out of bounds. It'll stay with FEYENOORD with 14 on the shot clock.
Yeah, but there we see that zone again is working for them. They've gotten 3 stops out of it. Let's see if they can keep on continuing to shoot the gaps and not allow open looks.
Rodriguez pushing, kicking it out. Now Bogerts back up top. 3 on the way from Cambo. Oh, that looked good. Anthony Cambo, 5 of 6 on Friday against FEYENOORD. Career high 17 points. He's got his 3-point shooting percentage now up to 33%, averaging 4.4 points a game.
Yeah, and that's what he does, Craig. He puts pressure as a perimeter player with that ability to catch and shoot. So it really has the defense has to step out on him, creating other lanes or offensive rebound opportunities, which Noterman got right here, was able to profit from. So it's important to have a guy like that, you know, a guy that's going to come in and bring instant offense like Campbell does, because it really puts pressure on the perimeter.
Noterman misses the second free throw. So it's 12-10 coming up on 2 minutes to play in this first quarter. Far cry, as we said earlier, from the 35 points that Liege put up on Friday in the fourth quarter against this same team. Double clutch shot under the bucket won't go. Rebounded by Noterman. Here's Rodriguez pulling up from 12. That rolls out. Tough night so far for Angel Rodriguez. He's 0 of 3 from the floor and 0 of 2 from the free throw line.
Yeah, that time he went to a crossover to the same strong side, Craig. I actually thought he was open in the middle.
3 on the way from Ike. That's no good. You're going to leave that guy open for 3. He's only shooting 27% from beyond the arc. Now Bogart's into the line. His layup is blocked out of bounds. Liege will retain possession, 16 on the shot clock.
Yeah, but you live with these kinds of shots. You know, as soon as you got the ball, you push the ball in transition. If you're Bogarts, you know, take the ball to the rim. You got your shot block, no problem. But at least you're going exactly where you need to be, really close to the basket.
Noterman over to Cambo. Shot clock now at 10. Here's Bogarts. 17, that's good.
Good read. He created that shot.
More like 19.
Yeah, Craig, you know, because he was looking down like he was going to hit the roller, and then all of a sudden just rolls up for the shot. So he really faked his man with his eyes that time.
Rodriguez trying to do everything he could to draw that foul and finally does.
Yeah, he slowed down so he can draw the contact. To your point, you know, he kind of like car bumped his man, really, and the referee almost gave him the advantage, see if he was going to make the shot first. But nope, he missed it. He's going to have to earn it at the line. Where they're really struggling, Craig, you know, shooting just 2 of 6 here to start the game.
And now, for the first time since the first bucket of the game, Liege back on top. That's more like it on Hell. He hits both free throws, and with 53.1 to play in this first quarter, Liege leads by 2. Cambo guarding Isia Sao. Here's Trey Diggs getting to Shavar Reynolds. Up by Rodriguez, cut off. Nice work by Noterman. Actually, that's Jamel Higgins.
And I'll tell you what, I'm not sure I agree with this foul. I mean, Angel Rodriguez was playing strong defense. He picked up, I guess, yeah, he did reach in with his left arm, reach into his left arm there in the end. But you like the fact, you like the over-aggression a lot more than the under-aggression. So you live with those.
Shavar Reynolds hits the first free throw. He's an 83.6% free throw shooter. He gets them both. We're tied back up at 14. 33.4 to play. Rodriguez into the front court. By Sao. Here comes the screen by Higgins. Angel launches the 3. That rolls off. Angel's tough shooting night continues. He's 0 of 4. Game clock at 5. Awkward shot thrown up there, an absolute prayer. And are they going to say the quarter is expired?
I believe the baseline referee had called a foul. They're going to group here to see if it was before the play. They're going to call on number 32. Or they're going to say there's 3.2 seconds left. One of the two, they're going to probably look at it again, Craig. But there was a call before the tie was. Yeah, there you go. We have 0.2 on the clock.
So this has to be basically a tip-in.
Yeah, no, as a 2-second, actually.
Oh, 2 seconds. Okay.
Nope, you're right, man. 0.2, my friend.
Was
you cannot take a jump shot.
Bichar missed it anyway, so it's academic. We're tied at the end of the first quarter, 14-14, as you see Armand Salomon having a discussion with the officials. And we are back with second quarter action live from Country Hall in Liège in just one moment. Silver play. Liège looking to continue their fine play after the reclassification, 6-2 in Elite Silver play. Still an outside chance at advancing to the finals out of Elite Silver. Alongside Victor Mansouri, my name is Craig Feda. We saw some highlights from the first quarter, and Victor, there weren't very many, just 14 points for both of these teams after Liège put up 35 in the fourth quarter against this team on the road Friday. I'd like to see that net right there get moving some more.
Yeah, get moving some more and get moving on the defensive end, right? This is a team, Liège, has got tremendous potential. We talk about the ability of the guards to be dynamic. They have also the ability to protect inside. So in order to start moving more and get the ball going on the offensive end into the hoop, it has to start with their defense. As see right here, they're trying to pick up, see if they can get more intensity and really be disciplined enough to start getting some stops.
Niels Van den Einde leads Liège with 5 points. Nick Dragon has 4. Shavar Reynolds has 9 for ZEEUW FEYENOORD.
And there was one of them. As the ball was driven to the left, as soon as it hit the key, the help came from the strong side, which is something you usually don't do. You want to help out from the weak side, rather. But the corner pass was mispassed, and that's the 7th turnover here for Feyenoord.
And Nida has it, 5 to shoot. Screen by Higgins. Launches the long three-pointer. That's good! Niels Van den Einde lines that one up in Trenton, and RSW Liège now with a 17-14 lead.
Hey man, just put his man to sleep behind that screen and ended up going with a beautiful pull-up jumper, and that's what he does. He can create his own shot. He has the outside touch. He can get inside. So no surprise there. If you're going to go underneath the screen, he's going to make you pay.
Court, moving up to Noterman. Campbell back to Van den Einde. He wanted to launch that one, but the defender, Terrence Bichar, closed. Cambo misses the layup with the right hand. A rebound grabbed by Diggs. Over the corner, 3 on the way for Shavar Reynolds, and that is good. And we are tied back up at 17.
Yeah, it's a 5-point swing because on that pick and roll, Van den Einde had the mismatch with the big down low and Higgins. And Campbell recognized that, actually attacked the off foot of the defender, just unable to finish at the rim, and all of a sudden transitioned the other way with advantage in the corner 3. So a 5-point swing, as I believe we do have a technical foul here, Craig.
Yeah, we saw Armand Salomon talking with one of the officials, and I guess they just said, okay, that's enough. And Sir Salomon disagreed. And got a T for his efforts. Van den Einde hits the technical free throw, and it's now 18-17 Liège. And Liège gets the ball. 8.5 minutes to play, second quarter. Higgins works his way to the bucket, gets the shot off, and draws the foul. That's going to be on Terrence Bichard.
Yeah, and the reason why he drew that foul, Craig, a lot of the times we see guys from the spin move go into a fadeaway, right? At that moment, you're going to be going away against a defender. What Higgins actually did, it was as soon as he did that spin, he went right into the defender. So he was the one initiating the contact and got the call. So for those young ones watching out there, after your spin moves inside, you know, you can get away with your fadeaway jumpers to create some space, but going into the defender is also a good option.
Second free throw is good, and it's 19-17. Biggest lead of the game for Liège was 3 after the Niels Van den Einde three-pointer to open up the second quarter. FEYENOORD led by as many as 5 in the first. 8 minutes to play in the second quarter. Tough floater there from Shavar Reynolds, my goodness.
Yeah, that is tough, man, because in the lane with traffic going into your off arm, I mean, he's one leg jumping into his left and ability to floater with that right. Tough shot, man.
Reynolds has started all 25 games for FEYENOORD this season. Van den Einde crossover. Pretty pull up from 12 feet. And now Van den Einde has 11. 4-5 from the floor. Ike. Getting it to Reynolds. Picked up by Cambo. And Cambo dancing a little bit, but Anthony closed nicely, and Shavar hit a tough shot over the outstretched arm of Anthony Cambo. Tied back up to 21.
Play. I mean, 2 crossovers into a baseline sidestep, you know, that's just good defense, but better offense.
More good defense there. And now Ike. Little Euro step. Boy, that almost looked like a travel in the lane there.
Yeah, man. Because he came through with speed and he faked he was going to his right and just wrapped that ball around above the defender, man. Dwayne Wade used to do this move a lot. So, I mean, great job by faking to the right and having the ability to finish with that Euro, as you mentioned, on his left.
Again, anytime you can foul Ike, that's not a bad thing. Sending him to the free throw line, he's a 24% free throw shooter on the season. In this game, he's 1 of 3.
And, you know, surprising.
Of course, as I say that, he hit the first one.
Yeah, he hits the first one, Craig, but I mean, surprisingly enough, shooting that low at the 24, because this is a guy who can put the ball on the ground, he's trying to create his own shot, and his mechanics, you see right there, look pretty nice. So
yeah, they're not bad.
You know what I mean? So 24% has got to be something about his confidence or just his prep that he can improve on.
Van den Einde thought about the 3, gets it to Cambo. Noterman, left side. Shot clock at 7. Almost had it stolen away. Van den Einde grabs it back. 4 on the shot clock. Puts up the 3. That's good! Boy, he looks confident in his shot right now.
Yeah, he does. There's a reason why Coach Grimmer put him in the starting lineup, and that's the reason right there, man. Just full of confidence, full of poise, just able to get his shot. You see crossover left to right, pull up if he wanted to. So he's just getting anything that he wants right now.
Van den Einde now with 14 points, 5 of 6 from the floor, 2 of 3 from three-point range. Nice dish there, but Higgins had it poked out of his hand. Timeout on the floor with 6:09 to play in this second quarter. announced some of their award winners for the season. Unfortunately for our friends with Liege, nobody on Liege garnered any year-end season awards in BNXT, but I'm sure if somebody like Angel Rodriguez had been with the team for the full season, they have garnered an award.
Yeah, I think so too, Craig, because this is a team full of value, right? They have some really good assets, man. I mean, their guard play is solid. Their wing play is also inside too. So, I mean, this is a team that, you know, if they stick together, the program, I can really see them, you know, being extremely competitive here on the short run.
Again, this is the only game in BNXT play today. Host games on Friday, including Liege hosting Basketball Academy Limburg. Final Elite Silver game. Liege 5 points behind Louvain, first place on the silver side. Shavar Reynolds answers at the other end.
Yeah, they needed an answer, man. After an alley-oop dunk from an out-of-bounds play, they come up with a three. But beautiful execution by Liege out of the timeout.
And Ninda again to his right, getting around the bigger Greda. Tries throwing the oop. Higgins a little too tall for him. He tried tipping it in, and then Higgins draws the foul.
Yeah, Ninda just threw that ball too high, actually. What you want to do is you want to aim it just right beside the rim. You see right there, beautiful aim with the dunk, and Higgins making it sure he got that to go, Craig. But they almost went back-to-back alley-oops.
First free throw.
Yeah, and if I'm Liege, I'm feeding this man right here, right? You know, Higgins plays solid inside, so strong with it, really like a tree, man, just as strong as it gets. And then all of a sudden, you know, once you get him going, you get that inside presence, it opens up game for everybody else.
Jamel Higgins, he's a guy who he knows his role. He's a good, strong player. He stays around the rack, shoots 59% from the floor, hasn't shot a three-pointer all season, averages 14 points and 5 rebounds a game. You can't ask for much more than that from your big man.
Knowing the role, executing, you're absolutely right. Just know what you're going to expect. The credibility is there for Mr. Higgins.
And offensive foul away from the ball.
Yeah, on that pin down screen, you see right here, in the pick and roll, Noterman just taking his man. But that cannot be called as a moving screen, actually. It just felt like the defender was trying to get around him, and he was kind of like boxing out for the position. It was way further from the ball than the initial screen. So tough call.
Get Dragon back into the game now. We saw Noterman sits down. FEYENOORD leading by 1. Stolen away by Angel Rodriguez. Goes up and lays it in. Second steal of the game for Rodriguez. Now we're starting to see some offense in this one. Liege already 16 points in this game, or in this frame rather, after scoring only 14 in the first quarter. And
yeah, it's going to be a travel
turnover there. Yeah.
Yeah, turnover there because Dragan actually, that's what Angel Rodriguez was telling him. When they came down the court last time on this left side, I thought Angel Rodriguez was waiting for a 45-degree pick and roll screen from the ground that never came. He ended up going one-on-one and lost the ball.
Angel kicks it into the corner. Now the pass intercepted. Left for Diggs. He's outside to DeVreda now. Caleb Vieper loses his footing and turns it over. to get some new tread on the tires.
He does, man, because it looked like he was slipping the 3 steps there, not just one. But one was enough to touch the base on the referee's side.
Three-pointer rattles out. Yeah, it kind of looked like Scooby-Doo when he's running. He just got to go in place and then hit the deck. Nice pass underneath to find Ivo de Vrede, and he dunks it. Give FEYENOORD back a 1-point lead, and now a steal. Oh, and a windmill jam! My goodness! EK, wow! That was a little dunk contest entry right there, and Brad Greenberg doesn't like what he's been seeing the last couple of moments.
Yeah, LIEGE desperately
that one
needed
right out of the
timeout
Victor
here.
Mansouri dunk playbook there.
Because, hey, that was not easy to do. I could not, even my wildest dream, have a windmill dunk like that, Greg. But LIEGE is going to need a timeout. They've given up 4 turnovers here in the last 5 possessions. Just out of character in a few of those, especially on the one-on-one drives where they have guys inside the lane. There's help there. So it's not time yet to attack that back foot of the defenders. So LIEGE is going to calm things down. No reason to panic. It's been a bit of a roller coaster first half. They started out not the greatest defense as you expected. They were able to sharpen it up, and now their offense is the one that's giving the ball away and allowing FEYENOORD to score off of transition.
LIEGE scoreless for about the last almost minute and a half. FEYENOORD on a little 4-0 run here to take the lead back by 3. So let's see what Brad Greenberg has drawn up. Rodriguez, Dragon working on Diggs. Looked like Dragon wanted to pass that and then decided he was going to go up with it. Didn't get a great look. Now here comes EK at the other end. The screen gets it back to EK. Tries dunking it over Tumba. Tumba gets a piece of it. Here comes Rodriguez. Lays it in with the right hand.
That time, just a little bit too much there on that dunk. Brought the ball way back and didn't have enough space, really airspace, to finish that. So you like to try, but just an audacious play. Try to dunk that ball.
He was trying to put Kevin Tumba on a poster for time and all eternity. He wanted to dunk him to Venus. Wound up. Tumba got a piece of it. Now Shavar Reynolds trapped along the baseline, and the foul committed, I believe, by Brooke Lemaire.
Oh, and these are the ones that are really going to get Coach Greenberg, white hairs, or you can get gold ball, because you want to trap here, man, but you don't want to foul. And I thought the referee was just too quick with that whistle, as it was the perfect place on that baseline corner to trap that.
I kind of thought the same thing, that whistle was a little fast. And now Ike again getting free in the lane and tomahawking that one. And the lead's back to 3. With 9 points now. Into the corner. 3 on the way from Dragon. No. EK the rebound. EK now 7 rebounds as well. Shot blocked by Tumba. It goes out of bounds. And it'll stay with FEYENOORD. 1:52 to play in this second quarter.
A beautiful read by Tumba, recognizing there was a mismatch on the post-up. So as soon as the man went into that fadeaway, he came over to help and able to get a clean block. So, we praised the offensive IQs and the reads. Beautiful defensive read here by Tumba.
14 on the inbound. Trap along the sideline. Diggs has it. To the Vrida. Now Vieper. Tumba gets his hand on the pass. And it'll be FEYENOORD ball with 4.5 on the shot clock. Quick hands by Kevin Tumba.
Yeah, quick hands because they're being very aggressive on this out of bounds zones. They go man to man here because there's only 4.5 seconds, but you can see what they do out of the timeouts with those traps.
Diggs on the catch and shoot three-pointer. And now the biggest lead of the game for FEYENOORD at 6 points, a minute and a half to play in this second quarter. Ninda, drive. Tried to get it to Tumba. I don't think Tumba was expecting it. Didn't even have his hands up, and it went into the hands of Caleb Vieper. And then through his hands, and it'll be Ninda signaling for a fresh 24 rather than 14 on the reset. They get only the 14, and LIEGE turns it over.
Yeah, but this is the second or perhaps the third foul, Craig, that, you know, the FEYENOORD guards have been able to get themselves a half a body, full body of advantage, putting the LIEGE defenders right behind them. And as soon as they get into the lane, LIEGE is trying to reach in because they're in a disadvantage and they're committing the foul. So if you're LIEGE, play the basics, stay in front of your guy, don't get beaten where you're going to have to play from behind on that defensive stance.
Three-point play by Reynolds into the corner for Bogarts for three. That rattles out. Reynolds looking to push it to double figures. EK misses. It'll be out of bounds. And Niels van den Einde can't believe it. They reverse the call. It is going to be LIEGE ball. Inside of a minute to play. 41-32. Van den Einde gets it back from Lemaire. Launches the long three-pointer. That misses. Tracked down by Bogarts. Now a three from Dragan. He misses. LIEGE 2 of 15 from three-point range in this first half. As Trey Diggs draws the foul in the paint.
But if nobody to blame here but themselves. LIEGE allowing FEYENOORD to get whatever they want. This time that Diggs attacks the lane, just get himself to the rim. And even though LIEGE did a good job in scrambling, coming through with the help, that you just cannot allow easy-going just avenues for FEYENOORD to keep on attacking the paint.
First free throw by Diggs is good, and the lead is now 10. Offensive rebound. Tumba EK misses the tip dunk. And the ball goes out of bounds. Boy, that would have been a highlight shot there. That went off Dragan, out of bounds. It'll be FEYENOORD ball, 16.3 to play in the quarter, and another timeout on the floor. Victor, how does this happen? You score 35 points in a quarter against somebody. You play the same team just 3 days later, and now all of a sudden you're shooting 35% overall from the floor. You're 2 of 15 from three-point range. What changes in that time?
Yeah, it changes because it started the game, right? They went into a pick and roll, got themselves an open look, and then in the play following, they went into a different side, a different play. So you got to stay consistent with what's working. And what's not working for LIEGE right now is the 9 turnovers. They're not getting to what they want. Only the 4 assists. This is a team that really moves the ball around. So out of these 15 three-point shots, A lot of them have been contested, and also they're not playing great defense. Giving up 42 points here in the first half is really asking them to play the 5-on-5 on the other end. So what has changed has been their defensive ability to keep the play on the outside the perimeter, not inside the key, and also playing in transition, getting the ball moving into better shots.
Inside single digits now. And a foul on the drive.
And here it is. Once again, no pick and roll. Just a one-on-one play. I know it's a tough defender. Crossover left to right, but I mean, you just got to be able to guard your player without allowing him to get to the key.
So Shavar Reynolds to the free throw line. It's the first. Shavar Reynolds, 24 points for those free throws. Now has 25, I believe. Lemare's shot rattles out, and the first half comes to an end with FEYENOORD on top, 44-33. Not a great first half for Liège, Victor. It looks like they started to turn it around in that second quarter, but they just, for whatever reason, started getting bogged down again, and they go into the locker room at halftime. Beg your pardon, 44-32 instead of 33. Talent is wrong here. We will be back in just one moment to look at first half stats and highlights, as well as preview the second half. This is Liège Basketball live from Country Hall in Liège. We are back in just one moment. Welcome back to Country Hall in Liège as we look at some of the first half highlights. ZEEUW FEYENOORD leading 44-32 at the break. FEYENOORD finished that first half on a 15-2 run. Liège, 11 of 32 overall from the floor for 34%. They were 2 of 16 from three-point range for 12%. 8 of 13 from the free throw line, 61%. 9 turnovers in that first half for Liège. AJ John did not score. Nick Dragon had 4. Angel Rodriguez just 6. He did have 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Kevin Tumba did not score. Niels van den Einde, 14 points. On 5 of 9 shooting overall. Graham Bogarts had 2. Musa Noterman had 1. And Jamel Higgins had 5. For FEYENOORD, 15 of 28 from the floor for 44% overall. 5 of 8 from three-point range for 62%. 9 of 12 from the stripe for 75%. 11 first half turnovers, 6 steals. PK had 9 points, 7 rebounds, 4 steals in that first half. Dipper had 2 points. Shavar Reynolds, 24 points on 8 of 11 shooting. Had 2 rebounds and 3 assists. Trey Diggs had 7 points, 4 boards. And Ivo De Vrede had 2 points. So for both teams, they're really relying on one player. FEYENOORD relying on Shavar Reynolds, 24 points. LIEGE leaning on Niels van den Einde with 14. And that strategy appears to be just working for one of these two teams. And if you're Brad Greenberg, after you blow out this team on their home floor, you come back to your own home floor, you think you are going to have an easy night of it. Well, maybe that's the problem, Victor.
Yeah, that's the problem, Craig. You not only think that you might have an easy night, but really able to getting things done, right? When we look at a game from a cold perspective, you look at, for example, the first thing I look at is points in the paint, right? Are you winning the inside game? And at this moment, they're not. The Edges got 10 points, and they've given up 18 points inside the paint. The second stat you want to look at is the fast break points. Are you the team that's pushing the ball, pushing the tempo, really going at the heart, at the throat of your opponent? And LIEGE has got the 8 fast break points, but they're giving up 15. So as this game started, we saw in the beginning LIEGE, falling down early in the first quarter, not really into their rhythm, defensively giving up plenty of drives, plenty of lanes for this FEYENOORD team. And they were able to brush that up by the end of the first quarter, got themselves back into the game, were able to build a 3-point lead, in the beginning of the third. And you thought, okay, here they go. They're going to get things under control. But then all of a sudden, they just had too many turnovers. They had perhaps 5 turnovers in 6 possessions, just giving up things easily without putting the ball in the hole or getting themselves tripped to the free throw line. So now all of a sudden the offense is not going well for you, and they went back into the mistakes of allowing the drives, allowing FEYENOORD just to get whatever they want on the offense. They got plenty of drives, and obviously Mr. Reynolds is a man to be dealt with, right? I mean, 24 points on just 18 minutes is phenomenal at this level. The man is shooting an absurd 8 for 11, so 72% of the field goals. So you got to focus on him, but you also have got to focus on yourself. What are you not doing if you're Coach Greenberg? What are you not doing that you used to? And I think that starts on the defensive end, not allowing the one-on-one drives, winning the rebounding, playing in transition, getting more fast break points here in the second half. They're under 7 in the first half, and hopefully that also translates you being aggressive in scoring inside the lane. So those are a few things that I think they need to brush up. Forget the 12 points. Treat this game as it is 0-0. I mean, LIEGE gave up 30 points in the second quarter. Just way too much if you're going to try to walk out here with a win. So you're really competing against yourself at this moment. Trying to focus on Reynolds, but also obviously really stop the drives. Don't get called for the easy foul. They had way too many fouls in the first half. They had 12 fouls themselves, so you got to brush up on that. And if you are able to, on the defensive end, get the stops, then again, push the ball in transition, play the fast break, play the advantage game, the 4-on-3, 3-on-2s, then all of a sudden things are going to start going for you. The ball goes to the hoop. Guys get more comfortable because, I mean, they got guys that can put the ball in the basket. But, for example, John is yet to score. Tumba is yet to score. So there you have it. No shot from the inside. Noterman, he's got himself 1 point only. and Hagens has 5. So your inside guys at this moment are not involved, and it has to do with the perimeter play, being able to create and also finding them. So several things that Liège can get better, but if we have seen one team that really can do that, you know, it's Liège. That hopefully they can come out here with the halftime adjustment and really off the gate blow out this lead.
I think Liège also is going to have to get something a little bit more out of Angel Rodriguez. Angel was very quiet in that first half, did not shoot the ball well. 2 of 6 from the floor for just 6 points. And I think we may see Angel handle the ball a little bit more, push the action, drive that offense like a good veteran point guard, get them into their sets, get them the looks that they need, and then reel Feyenoord back in and hopefully put them away in this one. Once again, 44-32 in favor of ZEEUW and ZEEUW Feyenoord over RSW Liège. We are a few minutes away from second half action live from Country Hall in Liège. We will bring that second half to you in just a few moments. Welcome back to Country Hall in Liège. Just about ready to start the second half here. RSW Liège hosting ZEEUW FEYENOORD. These two teams played on Friday, with Liège coming away with a big 95-76 win, scoring 35 points in the fourth quarter alone. Liège scoring just 32 in the entire first half as they start the second half with a 12-point deficit. Alongside my partner Victor Mansoure, my name's Craig Feda. And let's see if Liège can dial up some magic here in the second half.
Yeah, magic start with this right here. Post up your man, get yourself a good look. Could not convert, but at least get yourself a good shot. I like that start. Let's see if they can sharpen up or get that magic here on the defensive end.
Jamel Hagan starting the second half on the floor, as FEYENOORD buries their first three-point attempt in the second half.
And that's a tough one. You know, they drew the action to the strong side and just a skip pass into the opposing side of the court with a beautiful catch and shoot. Nothing you can do there.
Liège with turnover. On the floor for Liège, it's Rodriguez, John, Van den Einde, Higgins, and Dragon. Tumba starts the second half on the bench in place of Higgins. Shot clock winding down, and that's going to be a shot clock violation.
Good job. Multiple closeouts. They were able to close the gap on the baseline drive, and then once the ball was skipped over, also close the drive, trying to go to the right. That's what you want to do if you're Liège. Make every possession difficult for FEYENOORD.
Van den Einde. His pass stolen away. Nice defense by Rodriguez, and then coming in from the back for the block is A.J. John. It'll stay with FEYENOORD with 19 on the shot clock. Read it. Now the step back three on the way, and that is good.
That's a tough shot from Diggs, man. Professional score maker there, shook his man and just hit it on his face. Tough shot.
John answers the other end. Gets the lead back down to 15. A 21-2 run dating back to the second quarter for FEYENOORD. Diggs, baseline fadeaway, tough shot. Rebound pulled out of there. Now Van den Einde tries to answer with a three-pointer, no good. We saw Noterman in the game for Liège. Shot up and good.
Yeah, miscommunication, some confusion into who was matching up, who was guarding the man with the ball up top. And then FEYENOORD just took advantage with an easy walk-in floater.
Another turnover. Diggs has it. Three on the way from Ike, and that is good.
Well, you can't make free throws, but you can make threes. And you cannot leave Ike alone, my friend. You've got to respect, you know, especially with the guy coming in with momentum, with confidence. So big three here by Liège, by Van den Einde. Let's see if they can get some stops, something they've been struggling with the last couple of minutes.
Another three, my goodness.
Yeah, and it doesn't surprise, and it should not surprise LIEGE either. You know, these are professional players, man. These guys will take over 300, 400 shots a day. So, you know, you cannot leave guys open, especially playing this forward position. That's so critical. You know, that point forward, you're going to have the open shot, especially if Reynolds has a hot hand. Guys are going to have to help. But, hey, for LIEGE, respect AK shots and close him out.
AK now has 15. Rodriguez, 17. His shot no good. Rebound Diggs. Offensive rebound and another three on the way. That's good. Trey Diggs and Brad Greenberg wants timeout. FEYENOORD absolutely blowing LIEGE out of their own gym.
Yeah, you need timeout after that play. You know, a missed shot, no box out, and then just back into the shooter with one pass, no contest. So multiple situations here for you to correct. You do not want to be coaching effort at this level. You want to be coaching X's and O's. So this time LIEGE really putting, you can see their heads are down, their body language. You know, there's plenty of time here for them to make a comeback.
Getting back to second quarter when LIEGE took a 30-29 lead. FEYENOORD has outscored LIEGE 29-8.
You see right there, Diggs. He's a three-point shooter. He's been shooting that spot-up shot the entire game. The moment you don't have the ball, man, everybody has got to close out quickly, especially on the outside shooter. So they gave up a three there. If you're LIEGE, that's just don't have an excuse for that. Greenberg putting in Tumba here into the game. See if he can get more of a defensive presence. LIEGE has got plenty of things to brush up on their defensive side.
61-38, 5.5 minutes to play in this third quarter. And Angel Rodriguez gets to the rack and lays it in. Shavar Reynolds tried to go high off the glass, no good there for the offensive rebound. It's Ike, but he can't get it to fall. Ike now 10 rebounds to go along with his 15 points and 4 steals. Rodriguez, another layup. He gets right past ZEEUW.
Yeah, and then when your back is against the wall, then you become more determined. That's what Angel Rodriguez did the last 2 possessions. Out of the timeout, attacked the rim. Just not going to take a no for the answer, and got himself 2 open layups.
3 missed, 2 with a rebound. There's Rodriguez again, draws the foul. And again, we brought that up at halftime, Victor. Maybe we see Rodriguez start to take a little more control of this offense, and we've seen that this last 3 possessions. 2 layups, and now he drives again and draws the foul, this one on ZEEUW.
100%, Craig. You knowing that you are the leader of this team, knowing that, you know, you're one of the most important players on the team, when your team is struggling, you put them on your shoulders and just take them to the promised land, my friend. So Angel Rodriguez got in the message after that last time out, hey, we're down big here, but there's still time. Let's make sure we start doing some things right. And doing some things right is taking the ball to the rim, finishing with a layup. So Rodriguez got himself 2. Now he got fouled. So 6 points out of that timeout, potential 6 points. Just the different mindset. Let's see now that if you see the ball go through the hoop more, that energy is going to start bringing it into the defensive side too.
6-0 run by LIEGE cuts the lead to 17. Great defense. Niels van den Einde with some help from Kevin Tumba goes out of bounds, and it's going to be LIEGE ball. Starting to chip into this FEYENOORD lead. Tumba drives again, pulls up, teardrop won't go.
Yeah, that looked short the moment left his hand.
Great defense, just got a little bit too much of the body as Nick Dragon comes up holding his right knee.
Yeah, but here's a translation, Craig, of how things are not going your way. This is the first team foul for LIEGE in the entire third quarter after you've given up already 17 points in 6 minutes. So the intensity was not there. Hopefully it will be here in the last 4 minutes.
Shot clock at 9. Here comes Shavar Reynolds. Getting it over right side. This defense by Dragon. Back outside to Reynolds. 3 on the way as the shot clock expires, and that's good.
Yeah, and that was a good
Bishar
play.
Scores.
That was a good play because Bishar, he realized he went into a reverse hand-to-hand, and then as soon as Reynolds came off that hand-to-hand, he just dumped it into him into a pick and pop. So beautiful executed their tough reverse dribble handoff.
Van de Nijnde draws the foul. Feyenoord back the other way. Tumba chases down, and now Rodriguez commits the foul on the three-point shot by Diggs. So Diggs will go to the line for 3.
Man, that's why you got to keep your foot on the pedal. You had brought this game into 17. They hit a tough 3, and then all of a sudden, in transition, Rodriguez got Diggs in the elbow, got him in the arm, so good right call there. And all of a sudden, this game can go back into 23. So plenty of time still. I still believe that if they lock in on defense, they can get some. They can get somewhere, but they got to focus on this man Diggs right here. He's got the hot hand, as well as number 33, Mr. Reynolds, with the outstanding 24 points.
All 3 free throws good, so it's back to a 23-point lead, 67-44. Anthony Cambo into the game now for LIEGE. Wipes out that 6-0 run by LIEGE. Spin move by John. Ball gets knocked out of his hands. That'll be a foul.
Yeah, interesting play because the referee on the baseline, who perhaps had the better angle, did not make a call, and the referee at the C spot did. So
That's
perhaps
why
he saw the swing through.
That's why I was a little slow on that call. I wasn't sure where the foul was coming from.
Yeah, as the referees, there's something called the primary, right? So the primary area of coverage, PAC, right. And the referee in the baseline, he had a no call, but the supporter referee, the one that was trailing, saw that there was enough. So you take that, but the primary area would have been of the referee on the baseline.
Free throw is good by John, 67-46. Kick out, 3 on the way. That is good.
No help on this man.
Shredding the nets.
You don't want to help on Diggs, man. You got to stay with him one-on-one all times. No help from his side.
Biggest lead of the game now for Feyenoord at 24 points. Feyenoord 11 of 16. Make that 12 of 17. 70% from beyond the arc. And I understand that LIEGE is only shooting 20% from three-point range, but anybody who shoots 70% from three-point range, you're going to have an awfully tough time, regardless of what you're doing on offense.
Yeah, 70%, 12 three-pointers made. But what you want to do is you want to know who is shooting those shots and close them out. I mean, Diggs, he's got himself 4 of those, so he was open last time. That cannot happen. He's got 6 threes, rather. And Reynolds has got 3 as well. So 9 three-pointers just off those 2 guys. you cannot help out from.
Inside 2 minutes to play, third quarter. Rodriguez. Reverse. So Rodriguez has come alive in this third quarter. He's got 14 points now.
He got the 14 and 2, but, you know, just really putting his heart out there for the team. When he was covering this pick and roll, he actually stuck out his leg, as we're going to see right there. Boom. And he's going to be called for a unsportsmanlike tripping. The tripping was called. There will be shots. And I think they're actually going to check it out if this was almost like a flagrant 2 situation, if he should stay in the game or not. Because definitely not a clean play. He stuck his leg out. At times you ask guys to do that, but you want to follow with your hips so you can close that baseline rather. He just moved his leg and not the body.
Again, our officials. Here's Lewis, Beck, and Martin. Yeah, that looked like just a straight trip.
Straight trip. He was late to the ball. Yeah, he's getting called for the unsportsmanlike. So 2 shots coming here for Feyenoord. Moreno's just tough on that pick and roll. Just too quick for Tumba. Tumba just really, it's kind of like a frustration play, right? You're trying to step out there to close out the pick and roll, help out your team, but just not a great decision that time.
Both free throws good, 74-51, and Feyenoord gets it back. Three-pointer, no, but an offensive rebound. Footer missing by Terrence Bichard. And now a foul committed by Caleb Vieper. And Victor, RSW Liège from the very outset of this game, with the exception of a couple spurts, a couple of plays by individual players, as a whole, Liège has looked very lackadaisical in this game.
Yeah, they have, Craig. They have looked, and really, you don't want to keep, emphasizing, but it's just been a situation where I think defensively,
wow, lackadaisical about that.
No. Tumba said, hold on, let me just jump over you and dunk this basketball. But I mean, 74 points for Feyenoord in 3 quarters. They're in the market here to go for 100. Just way too much. So Liège off of their game at this moment.
Broken play leads to the bucket for Feyenoord, 76-53. Here's John Euro step into the lane. No. Reynolds, and he's going to go to the line to try to complete the 3-point play. Ball's going to be on A.J. John.
I mean, there you have an example right there. They missed the layup on that side. That's okay, but then Reynolds gets the ball and pretty much goes around 4 players, 2 in the back end and then 2 over here in the front end. Get himself and 1 play, but you got to stop the ball, man. This is unexcusable. He's not going to get it done at this level, especially knowing that Reynolds has now got 31.
79-53, biggest lead of the game now, 26 points for Feyenoord. Rodriguez left alone for 3. That rattles out. Just not on Hill's night from beyond the arc tonight. Rodriguez now 0 of 4. Nick Dragon 0 of 3. A.J. John 1 of 4. Nils van den Einde, the only one doing anything from 3-point range. He's 3 of 7. Shot clock off, game clock at 5. Corner through the hands of Wieper. And that's going to be Liège ball with 3.6. See if they can get a good look at a bucket here and go into the fourth quarter on a high note. Into the corner, 3 on the way. That's good. That's a nice way to end the quarter. As James Potier hits, did not even play in the game on Friday against FEYENOORD, but he hits a three-pointer here. Make it 79-56. We are back with fourth quarter action live from Country Hall in Liège in just one moment. Back to Country Hall in Liège, the home side, trailing 79-56 after 3 quarters of play. Liège did get a three-pointer at the end of the third quarter by James Potier. Niels van den Einde leading Liège 17 points. Angel Rodriguez now with 12 points, 5 assists. Liège, 19 of 49 from the floor, 38%, 5 of 22 from beyond the arc, getting out rebounded 33-23. Kevin Tumba does have 4 blocked shots, but one-man defense can't really do it. Ike has 17 points, 10 rebounds, 4 steals for FEYENOORD. Shavar Reynolds, 31 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, so he's on the triple-double watch. Trey Diggs, 22 points and 6 rebounds for FEYENOORD. Alongside Victor Mansouri, my name's Craig Feta, and Victor, RSW Liège scored 35 points in the fourth quarter against FEYENOORD on Friday. Well, FEYENOORD just returned the favor, putting up 35 on Liège in that third quarter. Liège had their best scoring quarter of the game, 24 points, but when you give up 30 points and 35 points in back-to-back quarters, that ain't going to get it done.
No, not going to get it done. Giving up 65 points in 20 minutes. You got to lock in here, man. You know, get the stops, especially because, again, you're playing at home, you're playing for your team. They've worked so hard this season. We know that they're a lot more capable on the defensive end than what they showed so far. So lock in, forget the scoreboard, just get stops after stops and play from that.
Diggs launches the 3. That's no good. Now the handoff to Rodriguez. Potier's in the corner. He hit that 3 at the end of the third quarter. Hadn't seen him in the game up until that point. Now Rodriguez loses his footing. Nice defense by Cambo. Into the corner for 3 for Wieper. No good. ZEEUW catches that one under the bucket. In the midst of 3 Liège defenders. Shot clock at 5. Not sure he's aware that the shot clock's winding down. And now a bailout foul call on Cambo. Sao loses Cambo, gets poked away, and Rodriguez comes up with it. Inside 8.5 minutes to play, and if Liege is going to make a run at this, they're going to have to get started. Rodriguez bumped, no call. Bumped hard by Bichard. He gets sent to the floor.
Yeah, it seemed like Bichard was late on that closeout. And Ale Rodriguez actually going to get asked to be subbed here. Hopefully he didn't get hurt, but he had enough contact for the foul to be drawn and give Tumba the credit for not giving up on the play and rolling to the basket, getting that offensive rebound.
Tumba, Potier, Niels van den Einde, Anthony Cambo, and A.J. John on the floor. Van den Einde, little Euro up and under. Wow. Went into the full bag of tricks for that one. Draws the foul on Vieper.
And he has, man. He does have a full bag of tricks. You see right there, 1-2 stepped away from his man, just underneath his armpit to create some daylight. So yeah, Van den Einde is a guy where you said at 23 years of age, right, Craig? I mean, he's got a bright future ahead of him.
Very much so. 23 years old. That was about 5 moves in the space of about half a second there. A little stop and go, up and under, Euro, and then the one-hand floater. Gets both free throws, 79-58.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, you know, because as you go up in this level, what you want to do is you want to have a move, but you got to have a counter move. And the good ones have got a second counter move to go along with it. So you create your shot, perhaps it's there already, or the secondary defender comes through. You got your second move, and then sometimes until you got a third counter move on top. So Van den Einde, a guy that's just very hard to guard, full of tricks, full of moves.
And you'll see guys work on those almost set piece move, secondary, third move, working on those in the gym with nobody around them. And they get to a spot on the floor and they work on that. They work on that one particular set of moves. And so when they get that in a game, it looks so smooth because they've done it 100 times or 200 times from the same spot on the floor. And if it looks like, my goodness, they're using like a button combination on a PlayStation joystick to do a rapid series of 1, 2, 3, 4 moves, well, it's because they've done it a million times.
Yeah, 100%, Craig. You know, the late, great Kobe Bryant, people saw him work it out at a gym, and he'd be doing the same move, you know, with a counter move 100, 200, 300 times. And then they come up with him and say, Kobe, I thought, you know, you were the greatest basketball players. You'd be doing all kind of different drills. And then his answer was, that is the reason why I'm one of the best players, you know, because I'm just making sure that my fundamentals are there. So you make a move, the guy closes out. You got enough footwork to open up a different angle. And then if he closes that out, then you got a counter punch. So it's really just doing the basic things so well. And talk about basic, what about having a great time here in Liege at Country Hall with Bully? Look at that. There you go, Bully. Get everybody hyped up here on this beautiful Tuesday.
Victor, in your illustrious career, what was your favorite go-to move?
Hey, I tell you what, when things were not going well for me or really needed the bucket, I love to set myself around the elbow area. So like a little bit, kind of like a high post up, right? And you catch it with your back to the basket. And all of a sudden with 1 or 2 dribbles, you're able to get to your spots, you know, able to draw contact. So that's the one I would really go to, you know, it's just kind of like a high post up area to try to see the entire floor.
All 3 free throws good. And again, a little 6-0 run by Liege. They try to chip in. Higgins getting it to Tumba. Hook shot, missed everything. Big rebounding advantage for Feyenoord. well as the three-point shooting edge. Pass nearly intercepted by Van den Einde. Leads to an easy bucket for Diggs.
Yeah, after
Everything
they
right that
tried
time
this,
defensively, and they still ended up with an easy shot.
yeah, because when they went up trying to get that interception, ended up breaking the defense, and it created a 2-on-1 down low. And this is a right move here by Higgins too. He's going to catch the ball in the post and pretty much just push off that back heel, almost like counter move or counter pivot, but just gets called for the trap. See right there, as soon as he catches, he's going to go whoop right there and just slip and touch the baseline. But I thought that was going to be the right play call. He's going to go strong into his middle.
Saw a couple of guys slip down in that area.
No doubt.
Reynolds. Hounded by Potier. And stolen away by Tumba. Up ahead to Van den Einde. Little hesitation. Little lane, left hand. Yes! .6:15 to play fourth quarter. Little pull up in the lane is good for Diggs. He's got 26. So EK has 17. Shavar Reynolds 31. Trey Diggs 24. No one else on Feyenoord has more than 4. For Liège, Angel Rodriguez 12. Niels van den Einde with 19. Tumba 7 as we look at Higgins getting tended to. Saw his hand taped up at the start of the game, and he's holding that hand and wincing as he's getting looked at by medical staff.
Yeah, not a good look there. When you see a guy holding his hands like that, you know, it could be sometimes a small fracture or just something that, you know, I mean, really hurts his hand, man. And for a guy who plays hard like him to walk out and to see him in that kind of, you know, body posture, it's just because really it must be hurting a lot.
He's down to 16 now, 83-67. Sal gets it back now into the corner. That three is good. Trey Diggs strikes again. He's got 29.
Somebody's got to let them know that that's his 7th three-pointer. There's no way on earth that he should be open.
Back to 21. Edge had a cut to 16 just a moment ago. Blink of an eye. Feyenoord opens it back up. Potier outside to Cambo. The 2 wide. Anthony on the drive. Draws the foul.
Yeah, good job by Cambo. Realizing the shot clock was winding down, just put his head down and attacked. Drew the contact. This is what the Edge has got to do, man. As you see that lane go strong with it. Kind of like the same thing a Feyenoord is doing to them, you know, just getting to the spots and pulling up, rising up for the shot.
Anthony Cambo has not shot a free throw this season. It's his first. That's the second, and so he's perfect on the year from the free throw line now. Inside 5 minutes to play, Liège really has to step on the gas. Trailing by 19. Ike giving it up to Bichar underneath. He fades away. That's no good. Vrida gets it back. Again, more offensive rebounding for Feyenoord. Shot clock at 5. Here's Diggs. Stolen away by Cambo. Beg your pardon. That was Noterman. Here's Potier. Potier turns it over. Thought he was fouled. Now here comes Ike again. Gets the layup with the right hand. Ike now with 19 points. Ninda gets it to Noterman underneath, off the glass hard, a little too hard.
Yeah, it's been one of those nights, Craig. You know, you did everything right. You ran your play, got yourself a pick and roll on the right side, found a roller in Noterman, went up and under, just couldn't have finished. So it's been one of those nights for LIEGE, unfortunately.
Van den Einde pulls up for three. Shot looked awkward from the moment it left his hand. Foul is on Noterman. Looking up and down the stat sheet here, Feyenoord leading in every significant category. That's why they have a 21-point lead with just over 3 minutes to play. Potier on the give, and that is good. So Noterman scores. And FEYENOORD turns it over. Timeout on the floor, 90-71 in favor of ZEEUW Feyenoord. Feyenoord toward the bottom. The Elite Silver standings after the reclassification. They've gone 1-7 in silver play. LIEGE toward the top, tied for fourth. 6-2, but Feyenoord returning the favor. These two teams played Friday in Rotterdam. LIEGE blew out Feyenoord on their home floor. Feyenoord says, okay, we'll do you one better. One more game for Feyenoord. Right back here as one more game for LIEGE on Friday. We will be right back here in Country Hall. Same time against Basketball Academy Limburg. Feyenoord also playing Friday against Belfius Monzaino on the road. They finish out their season as well. Hand off to Lemaire. Shot clock at 9. Dragon working on Ike off the glass. That pops out. Dragon gets the rebound. Bogarts misses the three. Another offensive rebound. 2:20 to play. Potier, this is the three-pointer. Noterman the offensive board. Loses the handle. Now here comes Ike, leaving it. Three on the way, that pops out. And there for the cleanup. I believe that was Sal. 92-71, inside 2 minutes to play. Brooke Lemaire calling the play. Potier gets it back. Shot clock at 7 into the corner. Tried to feed the cutting Dragon, but it was intercepted, and now layup at the other end. That was David Okello, the 25-year-old from Uganda, getting into the scorebook for the first time. Noterman. And another turnover. Well, Victor, that is just how this night has gone for Liege.
Yeah, this night, you know, from the start, Craig, you can see right away that defensively they were a bit behind. Feyenoord just got to wherever they wanted offensively. So if you're Liege, nothing to blame about. This is a game that you just did not perform at your highest level. You just did not deliver, you know, the outing that you expected. So on them, you know, giving up 94 points here, potentially 96. Just way too much for Feyenoord, and give them credit. You know, they had the hot hand with Reynolds. They had a hot hand with Diggs. Those two guys combined 10 of 13 from 3-point land. So you had guys who made your life tough, but mostly it's been on you on giving up 94 points, 95 points here, and just really playing the entire game. We look at the plus minuses of the starters or of guys, you know, so they lost a matchup tonight, unfortunately.
Second free throw good to give Feyenoord 96 points. Wait, if you look at the game on Friday, the scores just about flip-flopped. Liège won on Friday, 95-76, and now here's Feyenoord on the road.
Isn't that something, my friend? And I'm glad you mentioned in the beginning of our broadcast, you said you got to play this one. It's 0-0 now because of this. You know, each game has its own story, and if you don't come out and bring your A game, things can get changed. Like you said, just flip-flop the 20-point game.
So Ike draws the foul on Dragon. He goes down hard. Impressive game for that young man. Points. He can make it 20 with a free throw here. 10 rebounds and 6 steals.
Yeah, man, just a beautiful overall game. 19 points, like you said, Craig. He hit 2 threes. He got himself to the free throw line. 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 6 steals. I mean, suffered 3 fouls. So, I mean, it's exactly what you want from your player. Some AK beautiful basketball game from this young man.
Poitier hits another three-pointer to make it 96-74. That's just unbelievable. 95-76, 96-74. That is going to do it. Liège outscores Feyenoord 18-17 in the fourth quarter, but that does not matter. Final score, 96-74. Liège drops to 6-3 in Elite Silver play. That pretty much eliminates them from moving on. Feyenoord improves to 2-7 in Elite Silver play. Let's take a look at the numbers on this one. Liège 23 of 63 overall from the floor, 36%. 7 of 29 from three-point range for 24%. 21 of 26 from the free throw line, 80%. For Feyenoord, 33 of 68 for 48%. 13 of 24 from three-point range for 54%. 17 of 22 from the free throw line for 77%. Individually on this one, A.J. John, 5 points for Liege. Nick Dragon had 4. He also added 5 rebounds. Angel Rodriguez, 12 points on 4 of 13 shooting. He had 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 more steals. Kevin Tumba, 7 points, 4 rebounds. As we look at a future RSW Liege star there. Niels van den Einde, 21 points on 7 of 14 shooting. James Potier finished with 13, all in the fourth quarter. Beg your pardon, he had that three-pointer at the end of the third. He also added 3 rebounds. Graham Bogarts had 2, Musa Noterman 3. Noterman also had 7 rebounds. Anthony Cambo had 2, those from the free throw line. Jamel Higgins had 5. For ZEEUW FEYENOORD, Ike, 19 points, 10 rebounds, 6 steals. Terrence Bishar, 5 points. Caleb Vieper, 4 points. Shavar Reynolds finished with 31. He had 24 in the first half. He was 10 of 16 from the floor. Added 7 rebounds, 8 assists. Trey Diggs finished with 31 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Sal had 2, Okello had 2, and Freda had 2. Freda also added 5 rebounds. 9 team rebounds for Feyenoord. They out-rebounded Liege 45-34. Pretty much every significant statistical category in favor of Feyenoord, so no need to run those down, Victor. One last game to play for Liege in the Elite Silver reclassification. That's going to be on Friday against Basketball Academy Limburg. Victor, how does Liege regroup and try to finish out the season on a high note?
Yeah, Craig, plenty of positives for them throughout the season. That's what you want to bring out for the last game. Obviously today did not go your way. They only led the game for about 10 to 20% maximum, and they were behind the 8 ball throughout the entire game, unable to close the driving lanes or get to the open shooters, the three-point shooters. So I think on Friday what they need to bring is their defensive game. Don't scramble, don't gamble, stay with your guys, stick with the basics. So you're able to hold guys. 96 points is just way too much to give up. Hopefully the whole team under 80, and that's going to allow you to have a more solid game. So this is a basketball team that we've seen them play better throughout the whole season. Not the performance we wanted tonight, but they can definitely bounce back on Friday.
Yeah, that's one of those where Brad Greenberg may say, I don't care if you score in this game, but we're not giving up another 90-plus points.
Yeah.
All right, for my partner, Victor Mansoure, I'm Craig Feta. So glad you were able to join us for this one. Liege coming up on the short end, 96-74. We will be right back here on Friday, same time, as RSW Liege closes out their season against Basketball Academy Limburg. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. So long for now.
Coming on the road, seeing a lot of adversity, refs, a lot of turnovers. We didn't get into a rhythm, but we came in, we stuck together. Right. So every time we say, brothers, I know it's a joke and all of that, but really stay together. Yes, sir. Yes, we can do a lot of big things. So stay humble, stay humble. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Pedro. Ese